All right, so quick training recap. I'm actually driving back from the gym right now on Sunday. So we're on vacation. So I rested an extra day yesterday and did day 4 today. Had to drive like 45 minutes to find a gym, and it wasn't great, but I got everything done. So that's most important. Having an amazing time. We're in Anderson Valley wine tasting. And I barely ever drink, so lots of wine the last couple days. So make sure to stay hydrated, eat and sleep well, so I can get these workouts done. So keeping it brief here, because I'm driving, probably shouldn't be doing this. I can't really look back at my notes for eating and sleeping and everything, but pretty standard week, I'm sure. Day 1, single squat at 350. It felt really good. A little slow, but really strong. It didn't feel hard. It just looked a little slower than last week. And then 4 sets of 6 at 315, which was great. That's a volume PR for sure. And it was a really low RPE. I think I did 3x5 at 315, 5 or 6 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. And it was more like a 9. So today, or Monday, that was like a 7.5 or a 7, I think, at the very last set. So feeling good. Bench 220 for 7s, which was another volume PR. 225 for 5s is the best I can remember, so that's huge. And then assistance work, nothing to note. Did better at RPEs this week. Had to keep some of the weights the same, but made some good progress there still. Deadlifts, again, kind of volume PRs. 3 sets of 5 at 355. And I think 365 was my 5 rep max at a 10 or 9.5. So those were pretty easy. I was just a little low energy. Seems to be the case when I have to do those workouts back to back. So I'm excited if I ever get to do an optimal schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday would be nice, but I think for the last month I don't have anything else planned, so we should be perfect the last 5 weeks or so at least. And then day 3, which was Friday, very exciting. We had the room to kind of auto-regulate a little bit. So it was 4 sets of 3 at 85% or 345. I did the first set at 345. I was dealing with a pretty bad headache that day, but I felt fine otherwise. So then I stayed at 345 again for the second set, just to get a better bearing of where I was at. And it was probably a 6.5 or a 7, but I wanted to stay moderate. So I went 350. That was probably my favorite set of the whole day, form-wise, speed-wise. And I put that at a 7, 7.5. And then so on my last set, I went up to 355 and hit that for a triple. And it was a 7.5, 8, closer to a 7.5, but I just called it there. I had a less than optimal first rep. So just a little more work out of the hole than I like, but then the last 2 reps were a lot better, so a lot of confidence from that workout. And then I benched after 4 doubles at 235, but then we had to leave for vacation, so I skipped the pull-ups and the triceps, plus my forearm, or my kind of creeping up into my outer bicep area, upper arm a little bit, way less in the forearm actually. It doesn't inhibit strength at all, but it just got a little hot, so it was a little worrisome, so I called it there. And then we drove down, or up I guess, here, and have been on vacation for the last couple days. And then today, like I said, I drove out. The bars were the worst part about this gym. They were pretty shitty, and the knurling was absent. And it had weird rings or weird marks, so especially for bench it was difficult finding where my grip should actually be. But I had deadlifts, 3 doubles at 87%, which is 395. So first one took at 395, and I used hook grip, and it felt great. So I went up to 405, hit it for a double with straps, and it was great. It moved good, but it felt like my form was like 90%. And I'm always just really, I guess, crazy about deadlift form. I don't want any backgrounding, for lack of a better term. So I kept the third one at 405 and went hook grip, and it was a little slower, but a little better rep. A lot better, I kind of was gonna say, but you probably won't be able to notice anything on camera. So again, kind of hook grip seems to be the theme as far as better consistent reps, even though that's slower. I don't feel like it's going to keep me from pulling heavier, just because it's slightly perceptually slower. So I was really stoked about those, because I've only pulled over 400 traditional. Like, this is probably only the 4th workout in my life. So anytime we get up there, it's always great. And other than having a lot of wine and being on the road, I was really happy with the RPEs. And then bench afterwards was really sketchy. I wish my girlfriend came and spotted me, although that's a hard ask. So 257.5. I brought my own 2s and 1s. Oh, don't laugh at me. And 257.5 for a triple. Definitely like an 8, if not an 8.5. The bar seemed a little thin, and I had a hard time, like I was saying, finding my grip. I felt like I was either mostly too close. But then back down sets at 240, 4 sets of 3. Using the back down sets to really focus on keeping my head down, and I felt really good. So just headed back now. I did all my assistance work also, lunges, seated rows. I didn't do the hammer curls. I've been gone for like 3 hours, and I didn't want to leave the lady at the hotel for too long here. Plus my forearm, just kind of letting it rest here a little bit. So nice week of training. I'm always pretty proud of myself when I train on vacation, because in the past I have not done that well. So big win for me. So looking forward to resting tonight and then tomorrow, and then I'm going to pick up week 7, I guess it is, on Tuesday. So another condensed week, but all good. After that, we'll be able to get right back on to a perfect schedule. So thanks for everything. Really excited for next week. We got some awesome loads ahead. Excited to get into the 90s or close to it for squat. So thanks for everything. I'll send the training in this out here soon, and we'll talk to you later.